I'm back, and so is he. My little friend's back again, and he's bought an ISP Technologies Decimator II. Yeah, now be quiet, right? I didn't like him anyway. Now let's get rid of him, right? So don't you start. But seriously, the ISP Decimator, it all looks good. It's all chrome and all nice, and it's really heavy. It's a well-made pedal. You can just tell. So what we're going to do with this thing is we're going to whip the back off and take a quick look inside to see what we can see on this one. Now some pedals you don't see much and some you do. This one I've been in before, and I know that you can actually see all the PCB, and you'll be impressed at the quality of the board. Funny thing is, this one's designed in America and it's made in Korea. So it just shows you that, you know, having Far Eastern products, providing you manage the manufacturing production line, that you can end up with a pretty good product actually. In fact, a very good product. Its quality is not really questionable. Okay, if you want to be quiet, this is the pedal to do it. It's an intelligent pedal. Uses some technologies like, what's it say here? It says it's time vector processing, allowing fast tracking of the downward expander in relation to the input signal. What it means is it fades out, it doesn't cut it off. That's one way of putting it, isn't it? It doesn't sound as good as theirs, does it? No, it wouldn't sell as many, would it? No. But Decimator 2, you can actually take another pedal and hook them together. And it says, oh, then you'll be like the Decimator rack, the rack G or whatever they call it. I forget. It's like a pro rack. I'm not going to bother. I'm just using the one, and we'll try it out, and we'll see how quiet it can be, or how it cuts things off, or, you know, that sort of thing. But before that, let's go and have a look inside. Hold on a moment while I get the back off. Here we are inside the pedal. As you can see, separate PCB, loads and loads of wires. It all looks good, or reasonably good. But if you flip it over, you can actually see how this thing's made. There's a lot of bits and pieces on there, and quality's really good. So this is nothing to be frightened about. This is a pretty good board, and it's a pretty good pedal by the look of it. How it sounds is another thing, or it doesn't sound, shall I say. But it looks pretty cool. I like the case as well, really well made. Even inside, it's all finished off very nicely indeed. What more can you say? Let me put the back on, then we'll go around the front. And here's the pedal from the front. We've got an input, an output. We've got this little link at the top here for two pedals. We've got a power in at the top as well, and we've got this controller here that works from minus 70 dB to plus 10 dB threshold, and that's about it. You press the pedal, off and on, and away you go. I like the chrome myself. I don't know about you guys. It adds to the quality of the product somewhat, makes it feel better, you know. Well, there it is, the Decimator back together. It's been decimated. Decimator 2, should I say. Now think about this pedal. It all feels really, really well made. Of course it may not be really, really well made, but the PCB is and things like that. But what really matters in a product like this is how quiet it is. You know, does it do its job? So what we're going to do is we're going to go outside over there and try it. I'll give you a few examples of how it cuts off or how it doesn't, and things like that. You can't really do much with it because it's so quiet, or it should be. So let's hope it is. And I don't have two pedals, as I've said before. I've got the one, so you'll probably have the one too. Well, you should have bought the rack, shouldn't you? So don't forget, I'm going to review it as well on my website at www.tonymckenzie.com. What more can I say? If you don't want to listen to me, you can go and read me. So, up it's coming now with the tests, And until next time, thanks for coming to check out the review. I've got this throat, like I said, and chest. It's bad at the minute, but thanks again. See you soon. Here I am, back. And today I've got this ISP Technologies Decimator II. You can throw it through a window and decimate it, or you can smash your car in with it and decimate that. But this is supposed to decimate, you know, all them hums and noises and pops and things that, you know, the sort of thing you get when you're at a gig. It sounds terrible. If you overdrive the amp a long way, as sometimes I do, it's like a snake. I talked about him in one of the other videos. Hey John, how's it going? Yeah, a snake. Well, actually, what's special about this, I talked about it earlier, but you can actually have two of these and one can cancel the other or something like that. Well, I've only got one. I'm a skinflint, right? Probably like you. So all I'm going to do is plug it in, we're going to listen to some noise, and then we're going to listen to it decimate the noise. There's not much else I can do with this one, but I like the chrome, don't you? It's awesome. It's too good to put on a board. I know that. Oh, let's clean it up. So I'm going to plug it in now and let's see what we've got. Hold on. There's the decimator sitting not connect. Well, it's connected, but it's not actually doing anything, if you will. Let's turn the amp up. Let's crank it. It's very loud. What if we switch this in? Will it make any difference at all? Well, not to the amp. But of course, if you put it in the loop, that might be another story. That's at the front end, and we can juggle around a bit here. There's a point at which, well, you can hear it cutting off and things like that. It's not really good, but the amp's cranked as well, so you drop that back a little. Oh, that's loud. Let me back the amp off. Trust me, it's loud. But apart from the amp itself and that hum, which you can hear, really, you're getting that cut off still. Back the amp down. Let's get it nice and not distorted, eh? You can hear the cut off. But you back it round a bit. Well, here it is, sort of plugged in round the back. Now, you did hear it before at the front of the amp, but this is actually in the loop, and as I said, and if we sort of crank the amp a bit, you can hear it there. Let's carry on. And you can hear it there as we drop this back. Just takes it all away. That's about the point. So if I plug the guitar in now, it'll be loud. I'll have to back it off a bit. But I'll keep the distortion going and you'll hear it. Hold on, let's do that. Now, believe it or not, this amp is pretty cranked all the way. I don't know whether you can see that. Let's see if I can just zoom in a bit. Let's have a look. Yeah, you should get the idea from there. So I would say that it's pretty loud. I know it's loud. It's extremely loud. Just brought it on just less than 1. And you can hear the thing cutting off, but you know, I'm trying to do the demo regarding drive. Trust me, it's as loud as you get. You wouldn't want to be any louder right now. So, as soon as you bring it in, Sounds pretty good to me, and we could back it off a bit more. Or should I say back it on a bit more? One last test. You get the idea. Anyway, that's it till next time. The Decimator decimates. Recommend it, man. Real cool. Put it in your loop. Actually, just before I do go, I have one of these, and there is absolutely no comparison, no matter what anybody tells you. The Decimator decimates this. Till next time. Oh, and lastly, don't forget that thing about the album we just did called Gravity Waves. That took 4 years to make, in fact, and it was made in this studio. I mean, you can't see everything in the studio because I don't show you all the good bits that way, but you don't get to see that. You just get to see a few amps and things and mess and, you know, that sort of thing. That's what studios are like, right? But anyway, a lot of this gear, well, in fact, all of the gear in here was used on Gravity Waves at one time or another for the entire album. And I think we had 5 seconds left on a Red Book standard for a CD, so we couldn't really fit any more on. And 16 tracks, I think it is. That I guarantee there'll be something on there that you will like. Absolutely guaranteed. There's such a wide variance of styles. There's blues rock, there's rock. There's instrumentals on there. There's heavy rock. There's a bit of metal, sort of. It's not really metal, you know, that stuff. I like that, do you? I don't do that stuff. So you're not going to get that from me, no matter what the T-shirt says. Anyway, there you go. So watch out for that. You can go to gravitywavescd.com to find out all about that album. And how we made it and all the rest. And by the way, one of the things I'm going to be doing, which some people will like, especially if you're in a band or you're a solo musician and you make a CD and get it published and all the rest of it, I'm going to tell you every last problem, every last cost, all the faffing around that's had to be done, and partly because we're in the UK, by the way, and include all those costs that nobody ever talks about and all the rest of it, so you can get a real good rundown on TonyMckenzie.com and on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/TonyMckenzie.com without the dot. You'll see videos of it, and you'll see the written review all about this Gravity Wave CD, and really all the trials and things that we had to go through coming back to a CD recordings 2 years down the road from when they were originally done, without the papers. They're in here somewhere. Just couldn't find them. But until next time, at least, yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this review. There's some more to come. I'm doing a pretty nice Kemper one. If it comes out nice, it may or may not, but that should be interesting to see what happens running on version 4 software or 4.0 something or other. Yeah, all good. Coming up soon. Till next time.